Tucked away in the hills of grassland just outside of Nashville, this spectacular secret garden is one I can't wait to share with you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Alicia.
How are you?
Good.
Good to see you, Philip.
Thanks for having us out in your beautiful garden.
No problem. Thanks for coming early.
Sure, yeah, it's a wonderful
It is the end of
morning.
July.
It is. So we're kind of right dead smack in the middle of this garden.
We're heading toward the pool. This is the perennial bed. It's mostly full sun. We have a little shade on the ends here. And we've added all these things really over the last 5 years.
I see some wonderful things here in this little section of shade. We've got lots of textures.
Yes.
Ferns and hostas.
Yes. This is a bed that we kind of let loose in. You know, a lot of the other beds, we try to limit things to 3-4 varieties so that it's not so chaotic. But this spot called for a little chaos, a little controlled chaos.
Yeah. Well, and I love in the shade garden, you don't have to have a lot of flowers to have a lot of interest.
No, and actually you want to keep a bed like this interesting all year.
Right.
So we try to incorporate things that are going to last throughout the winter. You know, the artemisias and the sedums and even these wonderful hardy geraniums. Yeah. It has literally bloomed. This entire walkway was covered with these pink flowers from the beginning of April until now.
Wow.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
I think hardy geraniums are underrated.
They are underrated.
They're underrated, they're tough. Yes. And of course, Becky daisies you can't beat.
And this is that artemisia you were speaking of.
Yes.
It has that nice kind of sprawling texture.
I believe this is Silver Queen.
Silver Queen, okay. Beautiful. Of course, lots of different echinacеas.
Lots of echinacеas. We're trying the new, lo and behold, buddleias. They're a little slow to come on, but I think they'll be great.
Yeah, and they're nice, really compact size.
Yes,
those are great. I see some echinacеas.
Nice little spot of color. Yeah.
Oh, and I love this white Cleome.
I do too.
Those are so fantastic.
You know, it's touted as a dwarf, but I've seen it get 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
But it's fabulous. It's fabulous.
And I can't help but notice this amazing view that's right in front of us.
Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
It really is. So, and this bed over here.
Yes, it's one of those gardens that we tried to stay with just 3 or 4 different types of plants. I think most people find it unusual for roses and hydrangeas to be growing together.
Right, yeah.
Because most people think of hydrangeas in shade, but I think that they actually are a little more sturdy in the sun, with some sun. And I just think you don't want to plant them in the spring if you're going to have them in some sun. Put them in the fall.
Yeah, and these are the ones that take a lot of sun.
They take
too.
more sun, yes. Yes, the Annabelles. And we'll cut those down probably today or tomorrow so that they'll rebloom.
Yeah, and give a little more room for the roses to keep blooming.
Yes, and
the
these
fall.
blush knockouts, I mean, I'm sorry, I know knockouts are kind of like the Bradford pears of roses, but these are fabulous. I love this color. I'm totally happy with these.
Of the knockouts, it's my favorite one.
It's mine too,
and it blooms.
It blooms, but it's not as obnoxious as some of the reds.
The reds and the double reds, yeah.
And of course, Nepeta. Can't live without it.
Right, and lots of wonderful lavenders. They probably love, laying on the stone.
They do, they do, absolutely.
So I definitely see lots of bees and butterflies out here.
Yes, they love the roses, the zinnias. Also, the Japanese beetles love them, so I have to get out here with my bag, collect them, do a little dance on them so that we don't hurt our bees.
Yeah, that's how that is. Is this one of those lantanas that are hardy?
Yes.
That's really nice.
We take cuttings so that we have them every year, and it's wonderful with the daylily, the happy returns. I think that's a nice combination.
It is a nice combination.
Adds a little bit more texture to the border.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah. So it looks like we've got some peonies mixed in here.
Yes, this peony bed is fairly new. We started it 2 years ago, and it's peony and iris. And in order to keep it from being just a bare bed, we thought we'd take advantage and grow these beautiful zinnias once again for our butterflies. And to cut, I mean, they're fabulous.
They are. They're wonderful cut flowers. And I see Verbena bonariensis.
Yes, it's a free flower around here.
It is. It's one of my favorites. And I know the butterflies love it too.
They do. They absolutely love it.
Yeah.
We have to keep it under control, of course, but that's all right.
And this big green bush that we got back here.
Yes, the big Mexican sage.
Salvia leucantha.
Yes, yes.
And it does its show.
Well,
in
the fall, it's spectacular.
It really is.
It's just spectacular.
It's one of those ones that you have to wait for, but when you get it,
exactly.
It is
Some
all
people
worth
may
it.
not have the patience for it because it has a lot of foliage, but it's well worth the wait.
What a beautiful setting to work in.
I have the best office in town.
Yeah, you do.
It's fantastic. It's so quiet, it's peaceful. The only sounds you'll hear most often are the birds and the horses running.
Every corner you look in is, a mountaintop or a beautiful fence line.
Yes, it's wonderful. This is not one of our 3 or 4 item beds.
I see.
This one is a little more chaotic as well. This is one of the first perennial beds we put in. It's right next to the cemetery.
Yeah.
Everything we've put in here has just gone crazy. So we've taken advantage of that, and once again, we don't have a lot of blooming things going on, but we do have a lot of different textures and colors.
This is a bit of ways from the house.
Yes, it's really nice from the house.
Right, nice view of the textures and the chartreuses and different
Yes, because
shades.
up close you tend to see more of the imperfections in a sum and substance hosta,
Right.
which is inevitably going to be chewed on.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite ferns that's
Love it.
underused, this
It
maidenhair
is
fern.
underused. I do think you have to be sure that you're going to keep it well watered,
Right.
but it is definitely underused.
Yeah.
It's spectacular. And it can just run through the rest of the plants without being invasive.
True. Yeah, it likes to it's real delicate.
It's real
as its
delicate,
name
yes.
suggests.
Yes.
And I also have to mention some of these real bright, bold yellow
Aurelia.
foliage plants in the corner. Aurelia?
Yes.
Sun
yes,
King Aurelia?
Yes. I think that people are surprised by that plant. In particular, when you buy it and you bring it home, it's usually small, and people will think, well, what is this? And then after 2 or 3 years, you're like, what is this?
What is this? Now
It's
everybody wants to
fantastic.
know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you have to be careful what you underplant it with.
Absolutely.
It's great with hostas because you can always dig those up and move them if
Yeah.
it's a problem. We're big fans of moving things around out here.
Right. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for
You're
showing me
welcome.
around this beautiful
You're welcome.
property.
I'm glad you came. It's nice to have people walk around and enjoy it.
For inspiring garden tours, growing tips, and garden projects, visit our website at volunteergardener.org or on YouTube at the Volunteer Gardener channel, and like us on Facebook.